Shalom, shalom, real motivation. Terrence McKinney back with a new video. Today's video is called Be Humble or Be Humbled. I just want to talk to people today about being humble, man, because a lot of times we're not humble when we should be. I don't care how good things is going in our life sometimes. I mean, it's going real good at our job. We just got a new car. We working out. We in the best shape that we ever been in. We making a whole bunch of money doing whatever we doing, or we just ran into a whole bunch of money somehow or some way. Our business taking off. We looking the best we ever looked. No matter how good things are going for us, it's a must that we stay humble. And we can't let it go to our head. We can't get arrogant. We can't get cocky, and we can't let our head swell up to where we just think we at the top of the world. I mean, it's okay to feel good about yourself when you're doing something good, but it's the difference between, getting cocky, being arrogant, and being humble. You got to be humble, because even when things going good for you, you got to realize that it can always go from good to bad, or it can always be better, or it can always be worse. And you got to find a balance, and you got to be the same person you are. You can't let none of those things that's happening for you in your life change who you are. And that's what I'm saying when you got to be humble. You can't get a new car and now you want to post up on social media every day, and you want to take 100 pictures with your new car, and then when you go talk to people, you want to talk about your new car, and then you want to just constantly brag about your new car, or you can't get in shape, and then you start showing booty pics, or taking off your shirt, showing your muscles in every picture, and talking about your muscles constantly, or talking about your booty constantly. Or you got to remain humble, and you got to know. I mean, you got to know that as quick as things go up, they can always go down. But that ain't even the point about it. You can't let that stuff swell up your head. You can't be arrogant and cocky. You got to know, just like you doing that for yourself. And when you doing something for yourself and it's making you feel good, then what the rest of the world think about it, or what other people got to say, really don't make no difference. And so you got to remain humble. I mean, I know for a fact, because if you don't remain humble, you gonna get humbled. And I'm speaking from experience in this way, because I grew up humble my whole life, because we grew up, I grew up kind of, poor, throughout the years. So I was always humble. Like, I never thought that much of myself. I never had a big head in no situation, or never thought I was better than anybody else because of certain stuff. But became a point in my life where I got a lot of money at a young age. And yeah, I was in the streets, I was getting it the wrong way. But when I got that money, like, at first it wasn't nothing. But when I just started and continued to get money, and I had a whole bunch of money, it made me different. I changed who I was. I was arrogant. I was cocky. I started feeling like I was better than people. Like, and I can't lie about that. And I used to do a lot of things, and I used to say a lot of things that I thought would never happen. Or I used to say, like, I remember when I was hustling in the streets, I thought, I used to say all the time that I'd never ever work a 9 to 5 again. And I've been working a 9 to 5 for 20 years after that, like, straight. And I'm doing good, and I like working a 9 to 5, but that was just some of the cockiness in me, at the time. And I used to look down on certain people if they didn't want to go to this restaurant and spend hundreds of dollars on food, or if they didn't want to go to the mall with me, if they didn't want to spend, thousands of dollars on an outfit, if they wore the same thing twice. It was just a whole lot of stuff that was going in my head at that time, to where I was arrogant, I was cocky, and I wasn't humble at all. And it was the money that made me like that. And I remember having a conversation with my baby mother, and she told me, like, you changed, like, when, at that time when we was together, I remember her telling me, like, you changed, you didn't used to be like this. And at that time, I couldn't see it, And I remember it to this day, because you always remember stuff here after the fact. And when people say certain things to you, it'll resurface when you realize that what they said was the truth. And with me, I got humbled. You know, I got humbled by God, because I lost everything in one night. You know, I mean, granted, anything you build on a negative foundation, you ain't gonna keep it regardless of what it is. And when the police kicked in my door, they came and took everything. They took all the money I had, and right then and there, I was humbled, because I lost everything. And the humbling process continued to go on, because I had to go around those same people, and I had to see those same people, and I had to come in contact with those same people that I just thought I was better than, and the people I had to swill head around. And I didn't have that money no more. And so that was a humbling experience, you know. And I seen people, separate themselves from me. I seen people stop coming around me as much because I didn't have the money. And it was a humbling experience. I mean, going to prison within itself was a humbling experience, because even if I did have money, I couldn't spend it in there. Or that whole experience was humbling to me. Getting out of prison, seeing, how hard it is to actually, get stuff the right way, and actually how long it take for you to build up a bank account, a nice bank account, when you actually out there working, you know what I'm saying, doing things the right way, seeing how different and how long it took me to accumulate that same amount of money, and how hard I had to work for that same amount of money. It was a humbling experience. And then I understood, I understood things that I didn't understand before, and why some people before didn't want to go to those high restaurants, didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on outfits, didn't want to do some of the high-end lavish things I was doing, because they actually worked hard for their money. And me being in that same situation, I realized it, and it was a humbling experience. And after that, material things just never meant the same to me. Like, I like doing nice things for myself every once in a while, but it never meant the same to me. Once I realized, it's just clothes. It's just a car. It's just the house. It's just a pair of shoes. It don't mean nothing to me. And then once the older I got, the more and more I got. I started getting things again, but I still don't cherish those things like maybe other people might cherish them. And I work out and I stay in the gym and everything else, but you'll never see me on social media taking my shirt off. Or you will never see me doing a lot of these things that other people are doing, because I'm a humble person now. And that humility that stayed with me throughout this time. So I just wanted to make this video, short, quick video, and just talk to the real Motivation Nation, and just about staying humble. Like, just, you just got to find a balance in that, whenever you're doing. And just know that at the end of the day, you got to keep it even keel. Don't ever get the big head. Don't ever get arrogant. Don't ever get cocky. And don't ever feel like you better than somebody else, or don't ever put that notion out there so where people can perceive that that's what you trying to do. Or don't ever make it try to seem like you on top of the world and your shit don't stink. You just got to remain humble. Please like, share, comment, and spread this video. Thank you.